Hey guys, welcome back to Poseidon, Master of Atlantis. Today we are going to the final colony of the final adventure in Poseidon. Salamis is our last colony. We will never see them again because, well, yeah, that'll be the case. So here we are, Salamis on, I believe, the Cypriot coastline. This well-hidden spot provides easy access to the wealthy cities of Phoenicia. It does, and we are going to be liberating Phoenicia in this mission.
No one could possibly find us here in this secret Cypriot harbor, not even the craftiest Atlantean. From this obscure location, we'll be able to launch sneak attacks against the Atlanteans and expunge the Atlantean rogues from Phoenicia. If we help the Phoenicians, they will surely repay us with some of their magnificent wealth, and we'll be able to continue to finance the war effort. Meanwhile, our Centaur allies from Mount Olive have sent word that the Atlanteans, citing an ancient grudge, have declared war on all Centaurs. The Atlanteans, calling the Centaurs misshapen brutes, have vowed to wipe them from the face of the earth. Without our protection, our Centaur allies will surely fall. Our mission is clear. Rip the Phoenicians from the hands of the Atlanteans and ready ourselves to defend our Centaur allies.
Indeed, but there's a paragraph right below there that they're not reading out. The area would be perfect if it weren't for the lack of food in the area. We will have to turn to others for the nourishment that we need, and that means we're going to have a limitation on how many people we can support. Carthage, Tyre, Sidon, and a sanctuary to any gods. We get 2 sanctuaries, but I don't think we're going to be building them both. Let's head to the city and immediately pause. So let's have a look. Another really small map. We do get bronze. And there's some farmland up here. What can we grow? Just grapes. So we have to import fleece, oil, and yeah, we do have to import those 2 things. Now, because we don't have much in the way of space, I'm not using this farmland. This farmland up here is going to get built over because I need to use all the space. This little island is a great place to support our wine industry. Not a lot of coast though. And a lot of trading routes. We've got 2 land trading routes. The rest are water. There's not much in the way of coastline. I'm going to have to just sort of... I mean, can I get I can put one there, so I can do some pause to get rid of that. So I can put one there, one here, and then one down here, I believe. Let's just check. Yes, so 4 triremes is all we can support. The rest of the space will have to be used for as many trading piers as we can fit in between all the marshland and shit around this area, because there's a lot of rocks. We're going to need some good military, so we're going to go for what we did in Knossos. We're going to have pretty much 2 housing blocks crammed with as much housing as we can get, but we have to import all of our food. So where can we get food from? Now we can import wheat out of Thebes here. That's not too useful because we need to use that to support our horsemen. But sorry about that edit there. The game just randomly minimized again, which I hate when it does that. It's so annoying. Anyway, so what was I saying? We need to import wheat to support horsemen, so that's not going to be too much of a food type. The excess can be used. Saqqara has become a rival all of a sudden. I'm not too sure why, but they don't sell me food anyway. Memphis does not sell food, and these 2 trading cities, these 2 cities over here will need to be conquered. They do sell me meat at Tyre and wheat at Sidon. Themyscira only sells wine, we can produce that. We can get fish from Kaime. Knossos sells olive oil, which is useful. Sparta sells meat. Athens sells nothing of use. Mycenae sells no food. So not much in the way of food. We've got 1 land trade route that sells 24 fish. A water trade route that sells a lot of meat, and we can get some wheat out of Thebes. So we want to conquer quite a few cities here. I'm not too sure how this is going to get planned out. Can I just select a random trade pier? No, that can't go there because of the... God damn it. It's so annoying when random rocks are just the things that get in your way. So we can get quite a few around here. You can get 1, 2. You can get 1, 2, 3. If I put one there, that means one less trial. So 1, 2, 3 water trade routes. And that's it. I can only get 3 trade routes by water. 1, 2, yeah, 3. That's not very useful. But I can only get 3 water trade routes and 2 land trade routes. So 5 at most, unless I use that space there, which is not very useful. We can at least produce all our own armour. What's our other raw materials? We can produce our own wood, so we can create triremes here without needing to import, so that's okay. So we've got our own wood, got our own things here. Olives we can import, I think. Who sells olives? You sell olives. You sell wood, not in use. I don't think it really matters. We've got 845,000 drachma, so really I couldn't be bothered. So Thebes is a good one because they sell wheat and olive oil, which are goods we're going to need. Sparta also sells food, and Kyme sells food. They're a land trade route. I think it's going to be okay. Let's just check. Is there any of our trade routes that we've got that... no. Okay, so I've got some ideas. Got some trees here. I'm going to clear these trees, but that's not going to happen right now. I only need a small amount of wood, so I don't need a ton. We do have 2 sanctuaries. I'm only going to build the Hermes Refuge. There's not enough space to support the Arbor of Athena. If, however, I can get the Arbor of Athena in, without consuming too much space, I will build it. So he has to go minimum there. That's a lot of space I'm cutting into. So if I put that there, it should be fine. And then I wouldn't have to import olive oil. Anyway, I'm going to go and think about this map because it's going to take a while and I'm going to need to get a lot of housing. So I'm going to come back in once I've planned out some common blocks because that's what we need to start first. And here we go, we have our 2 common blocks set up in exactly the same style as we did in Knossos. We've got all our trade pits down. I've had to put this road right in such a zigzaggy way to keep it away from the housing because we're going to need this space. So we've got everything set up now. This space right here, where do immigrants come from? Oh, they come... I hate how they come from up there. I keep forgetting that they come from up there, but that's okay. This space just down here is a good place for you to put down that, which I think will do. And it should all fit quite nicely. Let me just move this road 1 tile up. But we should have everything nicely set up. I've also got this little bit up here for our large wine industry because we are going to be selling that. So let's get people moving in. We want as many people as we can to get into this city and evolve our housing, because that is what we need. Let's just speed up time. Population of 100 people, that's pretty good. Then what we are going to do... That's the wrong button. We are going to... I can't find the right buttons at all. No industry, so this doesn't count as industry. But what I can do is, since we don't need culture right now, let's just culture no priority. So we're going to import meat and import wheat and get these houses really evolving. We're going to also import fleece there. Now I'm not too sure if this granary needs the food, so let's just actually say to not accept. I want to see if this vendor's going to go and get something. So we've got the 2 blocks filled out. I'm just going to do this, so that's going to be like so. Let's just get everyone moving in. Luckily I don't have the problem like I did in Knossos where I had some things here, so I can fill out the 2 blocks to absolute maximum capacity, which is good. I can also get a commemorative monument in there which will keep everyone set up quite nicely. So we've got some meat. They've bought the food, they've bought all the wheat, which doesn't help. So these are now going to start distributing, and since we've got that, we are going to put the culture up to moderate priority, get this going. And yeah, I'm going to go and set up and plan out the area for our elite housing, because we are going to need a shit ton of elite housing on this map. if I plan out things quite well, I may be able to get 3 common blocks in here, and I might be able to get a long elite block. I'm going to try for at least the 6 elite houses that I had in Knossos, because I think that's about as much as we can support in this city. Since we've got the fleece coming in, there you go. We've got the money, I don't need to worry about any of that. The spawn, we're going to accept all the wheat in here. Now, just going to delete a few more trees. We've got plenty of trees, it's fine. I can get wood from an import if I truly need it. There. We're also going to start importing some fish out of Kaime here. Fill up that yard with everything we need. So we've got things coming in, which is quite good. Our unemployment's starting to go up quite a bit. So I'm now going to go and set up our elite blocks, and I'm going to come back in once it's done. Okay, we've got some serious planning going here. So I've managed to fill out this map. I've got a space for 7 elite blocks. I can just get another 7 elite houses, right? One house can just go right there at the end. This one won't, otherwise it won't get any services. So this is going to be that. A housing block right there. I had to plan this out quite meticulously to get it to place, but it's fine. We're importing fish, wheat, and meat. Gift a marble that I don't require. Are you... I think you're sort of wanting to take the wheat, which is not too helpful. But the meat's there, the wheat is there, that's fine. We've got the fish, they've all got the nice supply now. We can just the amount of people coming in is really going up. We are going to put down a... can't really put very much up here because that's a monument that's going there, which is not too helpful. Well, let's just do 1, 2. You're going to accept bronze, you're going to accept armour. And I'm not too sure about whether there's any reason for him to go up there, but hey, it works. You should be able to get through all of that quite nicely. Start producing that. Our unemployment's starting to go up quite a bit, which is good. Now, where do I get marble from? I can get marble from somewhere, I'm pretty sure. I believe the place that we get marble from is Phoenicia. So I'm just going to temporarily put their trade post here. We're just going to import marble. Let's just put this up to just max it out. That's all I want you to give me. I'm going to have to leave that at 36 because we will need stuff there. But city's going well. Plenty of people willing to move in. These houses are going to need to get access to food from an agora. We will just provide them with food. Just food for now. I will not tax them just yet. But we're going to have a lot going on in this city. A lot. So it's going to be important that we keep things, well, relatively stable. Eventually I'll start to put down armories. I think let's just put down some armories here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll do. Should be enough. If the desirability is getting affected, it's fine. We're not going to evolve above homestead yet. We don't have the support for that just now. And also, we're also going to start putting down 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to. Bit awkward. Let's just do that. I'm going to delete that bridge. I can put the bridge somewhere else, like there. And then we can have another Grower's Lodge there. And we are going to need... don't care about that. We're going to need that. We're going to start... well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cover this entire thing in grapes. Just cover the whole thing. That can all be covered up. Because that's all that's going to be on that island. That's going to be Wine Island. Now over here I have managed to space out that I can get the Arbor of Athena, the Hermes Refuge. I can't get that in there. It will be tough though because of the spacing limitations on this map, but we should be able to do it. And that means I won't need to import olive oil. 1,000 people, that's excellent. Let's get that down. Boosts desirability quite nicely, I think, for some parts yet. So yeah, we just need... I'm not even going to need that currently, to be honest. Let's just stop accepting wheat there. Don't care about you, Athena. We've got plenty of bronze coming in, which is quite nice. All nice and close, so that gets done quite quickly. Let's just go ahead and put down the Hermes Refuge now before I forget. I've left this gap so they can get into that bit, but I don't think we'll need it. So we just need some sculpture, that's what we need. We need to put down 1 sculpture studio. You're going to be set to accept one sculpture, because that's all we need right now. And a single sculpture studio can just go right there. Which we'll do. Now you're going to go and get grapes. I think it's a kind of a waste because we don't really have the workers to support this just now. But we can just get you going really quickly. We can put this college. I can put that college right there. I will start using some of this bit behind here. I'll put the road like... no, because there's only 2 buildings. But I can sort of maybe drag a road out here and start dumping things around this bit as well, around the back. Just to make sure everything's nicely supported. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3. There, and then there's space for the tax collector later, which is good. We just need marble. Some wood. Oh, that's what I need to get cutting. I need to get cutting some timber. Let's just do 1. Let's just cut down some trees, it's fine. 2, 3. Let's just get them cut. There's enough trees on this map, it's fine. Let's just do that. Okay, so we've got the city set up, and I'm going to come back in when something important happens. I do need to get a trireme wharf down, and I'm going to start planning towards that, I think. Just to make sure I can satisfy any distant battles that we might need our troops for. And we're about to complete the first sanctuary rather quickly. We haven't been here for too long, but unfortunately, our parent city is under attack. I'm just going to have to send this one trireme. This is all I have. I'm sorry. But, go well, I suppose. You can see I've drawn out this road here down to this spot for the trireme. I've also got one here. I've also got another one getting built up here. So we are going to have to start getting some military going pretty quickly. We've got plenty of unemployment, plenty of people. I do need more monuments. That's what I'm waiting for now. This Hermes Refuge is done, which is good. Clears out some unemployment, which is good. And I think we will be doing quite well. Right, we don't need to import any more marble up there. Let's just delete that. Don't need that gift. Right, delete. I'm going to replace that with just a plain warehouse set to accept wine. Delete you. And yeah, oh, there's a nice monument. That's perfect. We'll get these houses all nice and stable and evolved, which is good, which is what we want to see. Unemployment is getting really up there. Let's rather than turn down wage rates, let's just put down yet another trireme wharf. Get these things really pumping out, because we really need the workers to start moving in. So how many workers could we support? 180. Well, 180 more people could come in. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in once there's something interesting to show. I'm also going to get going. We're planning out this elite housing block, because we are going to need some people for it. But yeah. I think this guy here, yeah, this guy's only got to go a short amount of distance, so I can just roadblock that in. He should be able to cover all of this, and that should be okay. Alright, I'll come back in a bit later when there's something interesting to show. Okay, so unfortunately things are going to get a little bit hairy. So Mount Pelion just asked for troops, and I sent off 4 triremes. Memphis is down under attack, and they need troops within 1 month, and I don't have anything to give them. So unfortunately we're going to have to just lose Memphis for a little while. They do have plenty of troops, so that's fine. But how is our allies doing? I don't know why Sakara's just become a rival. I don't get that. Actually, what I'm going to do is, since they can't spare enough troops for... How can you not spare enough troops for a strike? You've got, like, what, 5 shields? Okay. Anyway, never mind. I'm just going to lose that. So I've planned out pretty much everything, and I've worked out that I can get one more house right there. It is not going to be very well desirable, but I'll try my best. Got everything all built out, everything's quite nice. Gift of bronze, I don't need that. But we have the 4, we're pretty much maxed out on everything that we can build on this map. Now once this sculpture studio finishes, I will stop selling sculpture because we don't need to do that. And we do need more people in the city, which is not too good, but let's just boost desirability with some gardens. But for now, see, is this going to be in range? Memphis under attack. I can't send you anything, sorry. Let's see. Granary. I'm going to move the granary up here because you're going to get all meat that we import. You lot down here can be fed on fish and wheat, and the rest of you can just take meat. Whatever's in range. How much more is this? 24. Can I build the Arbor of Athena? Yeah, I can by wiping out all of that. That's okay. Let's just see. I'll just put 2 of those down. That'll do. And they'll just get to work on that. We don't need to sell sculpture anymore. Stop selling. And what we can do is just with the space left. Look at that. Yeah, that's okay. Just set this to get all of that, and that can just be set to get. There you go. So once Sculpture Studio can just start producing all that. Well, we are going to need more workers, and that's what's coming in just now. As you can see here, these are all nicely evolving. But we're going to need a lot more monuments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run, and I'm going to come back in once I'm ready to show something. At this point, it is just starting to build up our military, and I can't really do much else except wait. Oh, that's a shame. We've lost Mount Olymp. Syracuse has conquered them, and couldn't really do much about it, but never mind. Anyhow, we have evolved up some housing here, which is good. Now, how much food do we have? We have much too little food, but we are importing just about as much as we can at this point. We can't really get any more. And at this point, I'm just really waiting around for monuments because I can't do anything, but we are getting plenty of olive oil from this Athena thing. She's blessing them, which is helpful. But yeah, we can actually delete these, we don't need them, and that gives us some more workers to play with. But at this point, I have to wait, I can't do anything. There's pretty much every bit of coastline has been exhausted. I can't get food from anywhere else, and I can only just really import. Well, Mount Olymp, all they did was bought wine and sold as wood, but we can sell wine, I think, to somewhere else. So I don't think it's too much of a deal. And really, I don't need the money, so it's not a big deal anyway. Actually, no one buys wine apart from Mount Pelion, and they're a water trade route, if I remember. Yeah, so it's not worth it to sell wine. At this point, this is just really just to soak up that stuff, because really I can't do anything with it. So what I'm going to do is, where can I put the horse ranch? I'm actually going to run out of space to build a horse ranch, so let's just delete that, because that might be a good place to put one. Yeah, it fits in there quite nicely, so let's put that there. Delete some more trees. We've got way too much space as it is, so here you're going to be getting wine. Olive oil is pretty close. We need a bit of fleece to come here. Armour. And I think that's it, yes. I'll just build an extra college back there again, because we need to make sure we do. Now, we don't seem to be winning any of these distant games. Hopefully we can win something soon, because otherwise we are going to be totally screwed. Let's put a theatre up here. And yeah. Give to fish. That's actually very useful, but I can't accept it because I don't have a place to put it. So yeah, all we have to do is wait, because I need monuments and the game isn't going to give me any, which is not very helpful at all, is it? It's not helpful when the game's not going to give you the buildings you need to win. But hey, that's a challenge. So at this point I'm going to wait. And I'm going to come back in when there's something interesting to show. Namely when I've got my military done with. Okay, so let's just give you an update on how this city is going. So we have got here 8 elite houses. This last one here is just about to evolve when it gets access to armour. This city is not very stable. And that's because there's so few sources of food. I mean, at the beginning, you can only import enough food to support 3,200 people. Another source of food is Tyre and Poseidon, but you've got to conquer them. And of course, every time you have big crashes like this, it just screws up everything, because then you have well, let's say we have a lack of workers, so I did have to start bumping off houses just to try and control things, to try and get the food supply back in order, because we don't seem to import enough. I mean, you can see here, these are all empty. This was filled at one point. So at this point, what I'm doing is just keeping the vassals happy and continually asking for food out of, like, say, Kaime, Sparta, Thebes, just asking for food over and over just to keep things going, just to stop crashes, because it's just so difficult to keep them happy while getting enough food, because there's not enough trade routes on this map. I mean, I would understand if they give you like a little bit of fishing over here or something, or you know, make use of these little bits for a bit of fishing, but no food makes this map so hard. So at this point, I can't do anything except wait. And we just realised in the appeal here. Now, I did go and attack Carthage and Syracuse just to get them upset. Unfortunately, I have lost Mount Pelion and Mount Olymp, and yeah, it's not looking good. And they're congenial. I can ask for food out of them, and they just give me large gifts, and that allows me to keep at least some of these blocks stable. But like this center block just does not seem to get food. This one's out of food, so these ones are all going to run out very soon. And yeah. So really at this point, your mission, once you get started, it's easy enough. Your mission here is really to keep the city damn well stable so you can start attacking people. Now we do have enough to start attacking, say, Poseidon here, so what I'm going to do is once this gets up to manor estate, I will send everyone off to attack Poseidon, get them open. If they're a land trader, that helps. Then I can start cutting back on my needs to have Mycenae, because they sell fleece as well. So I can import wheat and fleece out of there, get 2 sources of food going, stop importing from there because we don't really need it, we have enough fleece in the city. And really I just need to get the food supply stable because that's our problem. So I'll come back in a bit later once we're ready to conquer Carthage, or at least start raids against Carthage. Okay, so we're ready to now attack Carthage. We managed to succeed against Poseidon and Tyre very easily. I mean, given that they had quite a few shields. I was expecting Tyre to put up a bit of a fight, but they just fell instantly, so yeah, we're not trading. I should point out, I'm not trading with Poseidon. I know that they sell wheat, but they only sell 12 a year, which is not very much. But in tribute, they pay basically their imports, so I can get 12 free wheat basically every year, which is fine. And Tyre, I'm not trading with because I don't have space for it, but they just give me 12 meat a year, so that's keeping it balanced. It's just about keeping the city held together. Now we have managed to recover our troop capacity, so we can now go and attack Carthage. This is about as much as you can get. Can I get maybe one of my allies to help? I'm going to give Sparta here a bunch of bronze, but I'm going to also request food out of them as well. That was really quick. Okay, you're devoted. You, my friend, are coming with me on a little bit of an attack. Sparta, let's go. Now, Sparta is now dedicated. We're going to ask for food from them as well. So that's just making sure that we use up their entire quota of goodness, if you want to call it that. And hopefully that succeeds. If it doesn't, it should put quite a big dent into things. So I should have stockpiled a lot of sculpture here. We're going to give 1 sculpture to Thebes every so often, just so that we can continually request wheat from them. They give me like 18 sheaves of wheat, which is quite a lot, and it'll keep us going. The ideal thing to point out about this map is you want to make sure at least these commonagores have an adequate amount of food. Don't allow too many houses to devolve, otherwise you're going to have a real struggle getting it back to normal. If you're finding you're struggling, just cut back the industries. I've only got like 2 wineries here producing all the wine I need. I've got all this producing all this olive oil. I've just gone overboard with this, which is fine. It's just allowed me to sell it for some money. Not very much, but hey, that's all that matters. I'm just selling something. We can actually put down a yard right here to accept olives. And we can just sell olives as well, because we're not really maxing out this trading pier at all. Let's just sell olives to as many people as we can find. I think that's about it, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in either when the mission's won or if we've failed. Either way, I'm going to come back in. Unfortunately, this is not too useful either. I need to send troops to help Tyre in 6 months, but they're all the way attacking Carthage, so I'm going to have to postpone that. And just hope that my troops can reach Carthage and get back before Tyre is lost, because then I'm going to have to try and get them back, which is not very useful. So, it's a struggle.
The grateful Phoenicians are celebrating our names today. We have ushered the hated Atlanteans out of their cities, and the Phoenicians are again trading their wares freely and earning considerable amounts of cash. As we prepare for battles ahead, the money that our Phoenician allies will supply will help us sharpen our swords and strengthen our shields. With the Phoenician contribution to the war chest, our defeat of Atlantis is a certainty.
And we didn't need to go and defend Tyre at that disemboweled black set of troops succeeded in Carthage. That was difficult. Because of the fact that there's no food, you've got to import it all, made it difficult. I had a city crash essentially at one point with not enough food, but I got it stable. Just constantly request food from your allies and you'll get there. Anyway, that was the secret base, the last colony in the last adventure of this game, and we're going to be heading back to my city for the last couple of missions and defeating Atlantis. But not in the next mission is going to be something else. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next part folks, bye now.